folks, Daily Landsblog for October the 4th, 2019. Let me see if I get this right. So this would be for Friday, right, Case? Mm-hmm. So it's Friday, October the 4th, which means that last night I was speaking in Brandon, Manitoba. Hey, you know what? I broke a few rules. Yeah, it said formal and I didn't take a suit. What are you going to do? So that would be last night, but in essence, as we tape this today, that's actually tomorrow. It's also very confusing. But the truth is, it doesn't make any difference. So here's what I'm thinking. You got a problem there, Case? I saw you like pushing buttons. I thought you were gonna cut.
Oh, I'm not recording. You're just talking to the camera.
Oh, okay. Well, have you actually recorded any of these? Or have we done 1,473 Landsblogs and nothing was ever recorded and no one ever told me that?
Yep.
And why would anyone ever tell me that if they didn't know about the Landsblogs? I'm totally off topic. Here's the topic for today, which is a continuation of yesterday. And I made the point that so often when I hear really optimistic and joyful messages from people that I've grown to care about who have struggled and perhaps attempted to take their life, and they go, I'm back, I'm doing really well, I'm so confident. And I think that's great, that's what you want. But I'm always sort of wary of what happens if you have a bump in the road. And many of us do have bumps in the road. And sometimes we have falls back into the hole. And sometimes not all the way into the hole, but just a time when we think, okay, well, I'm not good. And that gets magnified because the fear that you're going back to where you were. So let's say you attempt to take your life and you are unable to complete it, which of course is great news. And then you go deeply into treatment and you realize that you want to live and you do a lot better. And you think, okay, I got this beat, which would be what we all want. And then you find out that it's not beaten. And you believe that not only is it not beaten, but it's back. And you're deathly afraid that you're going back to where you were. So I think when you start to do well, part of rehab, part of getting back to a decent place is preparing yourself for that fall into the hole and saying, okay, I'm not going to let it take me down. Okay, I'm not going to draw conclusions that I'm struggling a little bit or I'm struggling a moderate amount or even I'm struggling a lot. I'm not going to draw the conclusion that I am totally relapsing. It's just part of the journey back. And the journey back is not necessarily straight like this. The journey back can be up and down and up and down. And if you prepare yourself for the down, you may not be able to live this because, hey, no matter how much preparation you do, we can get freaked out. But if you prepare yourself, if you say, I know it's inevitable that I'm going to have a bad day or a bad couple of days and I'm not going to let it overcome me, then I think you have a better chance of getting past it. It's not a relapse. It's not a fall back into the hole. It's not a disaster. It's a bad day, a bad couple of days. Try not to embrace it. Try to look at it as the inevitable. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. We're here because, hey, there's stuff that needs to be said like, you know what? You're doing great. You're amazing. You have fought your way back so hard. Don't assume that you're losing what you've had. Just assume that that's the crap that comes with the illness.